Hello everyone, Burp here. Just a quick video today. As you know, I did a live stream yesterday, so I didn't have as much time to build videos, but I will be closing out my first anniversary rewards by using the SSR Make Debut Scout, because people like to watch what I pull for some reason, as well as share what I am using my Selector. It is probably not the character you think I'm running, given the videos that I have been posting recently, but as with my motion, plans sometimes change based on what the game gives you, okay? So we have those two things. I will be going through a little bit of math, but it's nothing too special. This gives you any SSR that has basically been in through the entirety of up to October of year one. So it's just a 2.22% chance of every single SSR. So for me, I have 3 MLB SSR cards that are from the Kacha system, Super Creek and Kittison Black, who are pulled naturally. And then I did use a crystal, or not a crystal, one of the selectors on Nice Nature to get her to MLB as well. I didn't realize that there was an SSR Make Debut Scout ticket, or I may have waited a little longer, but I do have a 6.66% chance to actually just be cleating this copy, so hopefully that doesn't happen. But I also have a 6.66% chance of getting meaningful progress. If I get El Condor Pasa to MLB, that's another 5% race bonus. Silent Suzuka becomes a usable card at 3LB with a 6% race bonus, I believe, but it's 5%, but it just becomes a usable card because of the additional stats you get from it. And then, of course, Fine Motion becomes a 10% RB card and is absolutely ridiculous. If any of these 3 hits, I am set through Grand Live, honestly. So we have a 6.66% chance of cleaning, the same amount for having progress, but there is something much scarier than that, which is a situation where I have to think. And these 3 cards, Ines Fusion, Biko Pegasus, and Sakura Bakshino, they're all at 1 LB. And if they become 2 LB, I will have to have a really, really long think on whether or not I want to start using my crystals, because 3 LB of these cards seems very good. My initial thoughts is that I think Biko Pegasus 3LB is probably fine. The other 2 I don't think are strong enough at 3LB, and I don't think I'm spending 2 crystals on this. So it may be a decision after Mr. CB pulls to see whether or not I do it if any of these 3 hits. So with a 6.66% chance of cleating, a 6.66% chance of progress, and a 6.66% chance of thinking, this just clearly means that I have a solid 50-50 to get what I want, because either we hit it or we don't. So that's going to be the mathematical analysis. I'm going to be pulling with friends here because, you should pull with friends. It's an event, right? So here we go. Let me just turn on the options.
Oh, burp.
Yeah.
What? Okay.
I'm doing the poll. I said I'd do the poll with you guys.
Are we doing the thing? Yeah.
Yeah, just go on the screen, guys. All right, I've explained it. I have 3 hits and 3 cleats too. So yeah, let's see what we get.
Let's go.
Yeah. Good luck.
You kidding me? No. Are you kidding me?
Oh.
That is the worst hit that could have possibly happened. I'm speechless. No, this is literally just fine. This is a crystal that could have been saved.
Oh. You already have her MLB.
Yeah. This is devastating.
Oh.
Hello everyone, Future Burp here. I wasn't planning on making this a 2-parter and having a cut in between. I needed time to collect myself. It was supposed to just be something like a little funny. I'm going to get like Air Shakur wit and we're going to all laugh and be fine. But no, frankly, it's frustrating. Like, I go and I pull something and I decide I don't need this thing. And then Cygames goes and sends me it. And then I pull something because the math has changed and I just get called a hypocrite for it. But I still get punished even when I pull for it. But then Cygames just gives me the meta character. And I build the meta character. And when I build the meta character, then I get other characters just randomly on the banner when I'm actually following the meta itself. So building a Kidison gave me, Fuji Kiseki, who was on the shortlist for use on the selectors. So I already have my, my fun character I wanted to build or get for the selector. And it seems like my taunting's just gone a little bit too far because I use the selector and then Cygames just punishes it for me. And it's right after the video where I decide that I need to cut Kidison Black, the meta character, from the team and just run characters that I at least enjoy or at least think I have a good chance of winning on its own. And so Cygames has just punished me for not following the meta, and that's fine. So at this point, I'm not strong enough. I said in the Aries Cup overview, this is going to be Christmas Oguri versus everyone else pretty much. You have to go through different hoops to get to the point where you're back at parity with Christmas Oguri. The saying, if you can't beat them, join them. So change of plans. I'm just going to do the selector right now. So, yep. Where's she at? Gonna just pick the character. So in many ways, Narita Bryan can be considered the meta parent of Umumusume. With her ridiculous stat spread of 10% speed, 20% stamina means on most medium and long tracks she's an absolutely incredible runner to actually run. But in addition to that, her main strength comes from the fact she has Shadow Break, which is an incredibly good late race speed skill, along with 2 speed skills, one particularly in the late race and one who can be at any point of the race, and they are all generally skills that are universal on most tracks. So you can run this character on most tracks. In addition, because of her ultimate being inheritable and her having some of the highest affinity for over half of the current roster, this means that my account, by picking Narita Bryan, has essentially upgraded an additional level because I will be able to get Shadow Break on my characters without having to borrow them, and I can use her as what's known as an engine, which means that the affinity that is gained from playing the characters that are good with Narita Bryan, which is, of course, B&W, as well as all the Johnny Mumusumes, they will get the skills easier. So in a way, I am fighting against Oguri Cup Christmas. But most importantly, Narita Bryan is a character that I personally enjoy. And it's one of the characters I wouldn't be able to get until 2nd Anniversary Plus. So that is why I have chose her. So I hope you enjoyed the little gag I did there. And this is sort of demonstrative, at least, that I did talk about Christmas Oguri and that how she is a great option and the best option for Aries Cup, and we're all going to be fighting against her. She is beatable, like I said. There's nothing wrong with pulling for Oguri Cup Christmas. It will make you pretty much near guaranteed at least get into Group A, if not A finals. The thing is that if you have the time like I do, and you are willing to put in the number of runs, because I'm really enjoying Mant, it's possible to build other Umas up to that level. And that is what I am signing up myself up for. I have tempered my expectations to say, hey, I'm not going to be as dominant as I have been in the past here. And personally, I guess it's an accepted challenge. It will probably be quite painful. I may regret this decision. But if I keep going and choosing meta characters over and over and over again, I may get swept into the whole, swipe the credit card button just to keep at the top of the meta. And frankly, there needs to be a little bit of a challenge for me. Do I suggest this for other people? I can't suggest this for other people, but I will say pull for the characters that you enjoy. This is the only time in your selector that you can pick your favorite character. I've talked about this and why a pull plan is so incredibly important. And this is a great example of it, is that anything that is mathematically possible to happen could happen. We have just seen this. I forgot that this SSR thing existed. And even though it's a 2.2% chance, would I have done it before? I think I would have, because the fact is I've been playing with Nice Nature for a month now. In my Pisces Cup, the reason why my ticket that I was able to get for the CM is because I had a MLB Nice Nature with 15% race bonus that allowed me to play Kidison Black because I could hit the thresholds with it. And so have I gotten some use out of it? Yes. Is it good value? No. Like I said, this is the time to get the character that you enjoy. This is the only time you can. Make sure it's not on the daily legend races because you get those really pretty quickly. Narita Bryan was, it was in the second year, so I would have had to wait a year. And does it suck that I just spent $20 for 1 month of using MLB Nice Nature? It kind of does. Yes, it does. I will admit. It's like a waste of $20, but I mean, I'll live. I mean, I would not normally do this, like if I would have known this, but like I said, the odds were 2% for this to happen. And sometimes you just roll badly. This isn't absolutely catastrophic, like I said. This is not a crystal use situation, and this is why I save crystals, is because if this were to happen the other direction, when I'm pulling for like Agnes Tachyon and Light Hello, and I just don't get anything, I need to have that contingency plan instead. So there's a difference between catastrophic and it just kind of sucking. And I guess that's what this video has sort of demonstrated. And there's a silver lining to all this in that I'm able to show firsthand and not third hand what can happen when you get the unluckiest possible result. Do I wish it hadn't happened to me? Of course. I wish I just would have pulled fine motion off of this, and then all of a sudden I am the most powerful player of Make a New Track besides those who also have Fuku, right? But hey, we live and learn. We have our pull plan. We're pulling on Mr. CB. There's still a chance of pulling a fine mo off of Mr. CB. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, I had a little bit of a gag there. Again, the emotion's real. But again, just because the emotion's real, you don't make rash decisions when you have a plan that's set out. I hope you've learned at least something from this video. It became a lot more than I expected. So yeah, burb out.